this is John Colo with DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have a very special treat for you. We got another juice off. I love doing juice off so much. We have the Vert VRT330 juicer on this side, and we have the standard Green Star juicer. You may have saw that we did do a demo on the brand new Green Star Elite juicer in the Vert, and definitely the Green Star Elite definitely had a higher yield than the Vert. And now we're going to see the Green Star, the original Green Star, for people that always ask, well, what about the Green Star? So let's go ahead and do our weigh-in. I love to do the weigh-ins. So we have basically about 2.5 pounds of carrots here prepped. We're going to put it on the scale. We zeroed out the scale to tear out the plate here. So we have about 2.5 pounds there. We're going to use these carrots in the Green Star juicer. And we have this plate over here, about 2.5 pounds also for the Vert juicer. So let's go ahead and first juice in the Green Star juicer. We're going to turn this machine on. It's fairly quiet. You're going to just take the carrot and put it in there. And you're going to need to use the pusher to push the carrot into the Green Star juicer. And you know, it's feeding in fairly easily. Not a lot of force to get right down to the bottom. You are literally having to push the carrot into the gears. I want to get a close-up shot on the carrots going into the gears. That's always really cool. Take a look at that. Does take some downward strength, so if you have arthritis or not too strong, you might want to avoid this juicer. It can help too if you stand on a stool to get some extra leverage on this juicer to help feed things in. Now when you're feeding leafy greens in, this juicer really just almost sucks the leafy greens in with actually no pushing at all. So let's see, you can see the pulp coming out of the machine there. And one of the things I like about the Green Star juicer is it has this very handy outlet adjusting knob. And what that does is that keeps spring tension on the pulp and keeps the pulp inside the machine to wring it out even drier. So the pulp coming out of this machine is fairly dry already. That means higher yields. And you can see the juice coming out of the bottom, and the pulp comes out of the front of the machine here. Today we're juicing organic orange carrots, and that's the kind of common carrot that you'd buy in the store. I do prefer the organic Bunny Love brand carrots. Those actually are the sweetest carrots. If you want really sweet carrots, buy the Bunny Love brand carrots. And you know, the question may come up, you know, John, should I even be juicing carrots? I've heard they're high in sugar. Well, you know, it's true. Carrots have been hybridized from their wild counterparts. You know, these carrots were never this big. They're really small and really fibrous and actually different colors. They're purple, white, red, and yellow. And you know, these carrots have been hybridized to be really sweet because that's the desirable trait that I guess we would want in them, or the industry would want, so they taste better. But you know what I recommend is actually juicing the heirloom carrots. So with the heirloom carrots, some of the different varieties that are, you know, white or red, or I like the yellow ones the best, are actually not as sweet. So they don't have the sugar content, but they have all the, you know, beta carotenes and all the different things in there that are really good for us to be drinking. So yeah, and it's always good, better, best. So definitely carrot juice is definitely better than drinking soda, for example, or drinking a coffee. But nowadays I don't tend to juice a whole lot of carrots anymore. I tend to juice more celery and cucumbers as my base for my juices, but I'll also juice carrots. And I do like to drink a good carrot juice every once in a while. Especially when doing the juice offs. I get so much juice, gotta do something with it. So there we go. We're done juicing the 2.5 pounds of carrots in the Green Star juicer. We're gonna let that sit there just for a little while and drip down a little bit more while we go over here to the Vert juicer. As you noticed, you know, juicing with the Green Star is fairly quiet, runs at a low RPM. Some juicers I've had explained to me, you know, sounds like an airplane taking off in my kitchen. Well, both these juicers are really quiet, and that could be another factor for you. You know, if you live in a big house with a family or have roommates, you want a juicer that's quiet. So both these juicers would fit that bill. We'll go ahead and turn this on, and this is what I like about the Vert. You literally take the carrot, and I don't even got to use the pusher. It just really takes it and chunks it off one bit by bit. We get a close-up on that, just showing the carrot being chunked up with no pusher and no force or anything necessary. I mean, it's literally automatic. It's self-feeding. It's so amazing. Look at that. takes one bite, chunks it off, right in there, no problem in the Omega Vert juicer. All right, so let's show this pulp coming out. So on this pulp coming out, you don't actually see it, but there's a pulp flap basically underneath the juicer, and that needs to be fully inserted when you're using the Omega Vert juicer. That allows the pulp to stay in there, you know, a little bit longer, much like on the Green Star juicer. There's no spring in this one, it's just basically a silicone flap that basically helps keep the produce in there longer to get it fully pressed out. And there's the juice coming out of the Omega Vert juicer. Now, one of the questions I've got, or comments I've gotten a lot lately, you know, is that the Omega Vert juicer does tend to make a little bit more pulpier juice than, say, the Green Star juicer, or definitely a lot pulpier than the centrifugal ejection style juicer. And we have to remember that, you know, this is a single auger style juicer, and the single auger style juicers were basically first made basically from the standard meat grinder, then adapted into juicing wheatgrass, and then they took that single auger style and then adapted that to juice a wide variety of foods. So, you know, while it does juice greens and wheatgrass fairly well, things like carrots, you know, these single auger juicers were never optimal for juicing carrots. So you've got to remember that, and you know, you may have to further filter your juice out a little bit when you're making juice in the single auger style juicers. So as you can see inside the Omega Vert juicer, it's really nice because there's basically what's called an automatic wiping blade, or this wiping blade goes around and keeps cleaning the screen off of all the pulp actually getting stuck on the screen, and makes a higher yield because the screen's not clogged up as in some juicers. So we're going to let that run a little bit. Let's go ahead and transfer the juice from the Green Star in the collection cup that has measuring on it. So here's the pulp out of the Green Star juicer here on this side, and here's the pulp out of the Omega Vert. So I got it in my hand and I'm squeezing it, and let's see, both they're coming out, and they're both fairly dry. I'd say the Vert pulp is still a little bit more wet than the Green Star. Alright, so let's go ahead and pour the juice from the Omega Vert into the collection cup with the measuring on the side. Move these bowls aside, and let's line these up to the side here so we could actually get the yield. So, wow, this is pretty amazing. The Green Star juicer got a little bit over 16 ounces of juice, like just a shade, like 2 hairs above, and the Omega Vert got 16 ounces of juice. So it's not significantly different, but if there had to be a clear winner, of course, the Green Star juicer yielded more by about that much. But let's go ahead and taste the juice. Oh, I love carrot juice. That's virtually pulp free. Let's check out and see how much pulp there is in this one. Big difference. A lot more pulp in the juice from the Omega Vert juicer than the Green Star juicer. So you might want to use and additionally strain this if you like more of a pulp-free juice. And you know, for some people it's important to have a pulp-free juice. So that, in that case, you might not want to get the Omega Vert juicer. You might want to get the Green Star juicer. But then, you know, we could go into cleaning, and we have a few seconds left here in the video. We could easily take this apart and show you the parts to clean. So basically you have this top piece, and then you have a couple pieces here to clean. You have the main auger here, and the screen, and the wiping blade assembly. So that's pretty easy, just a few pieces. Then if we go over here to this side, the twin gear Green Star juicer, you have to unscrew this. Does not come apart quite as easily. And then you have the this end housing here to clean. You'll have the 2 gears here as well as the screen to clean. And also this top funnel piece and this main housing. Now the biggest part of the Green Star juicer that's a pain to clean, I want to get a close-up on this, is this area. This area always gets crudted up with juice and extra pulp. So what I like to do is take a spray bottle literally like this and just spray this down, and that'll pretty much, you know, get it clean. So it's a lot easier to clean that way. So there you have it. Juice off between the Green Star juicer and the Omega Vert juicer. Definitely the Green Star yielded more juice in this juice off. So this is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors.